Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to recreate this absolute gorgeous of a masterpiece right in front of you. I am obsessed how it came out and it's so cute and it's so easy to do, and I'm just so excited to see you guys recreate this design because it's absolutely gorgeous and I need to see it everywhere at this point. I'm just obsessed, and it might just be me because I made it, but I literally love it so much. So if you guys like it too, let me know, or that maybe I'm just crazy, but I just honestly love it. So as usual, I've already buffed my press-on nails and I'm applying a nice thin layer of base coat, and then I'm popping it into the lamp. And I don't know if you guys have realised, but my background has changed. Before I had a normal marble, then I changed it to a pink marble, and now I've changed it to this silicone thing going on in the background. Oh, just quickly, here are the two gel polishes that I'll be using and the colour numbers. And I'm using this gorgeous nude and this almost like a pastel-y purple type of thing. And they're both from the same company. But yeah, as I mentioned, when I saw this online, I literally fell in love. So I had to order it, and I wasn't too sure if I was actually going to use it as a background. But when it came in and I popped it as a background just to see how it would look, I literally fell in love. I love the colour, it just looks so cute, and oh my god, it got to be my favourite. And with the other ones that I had, they kept reflecting my LED lights that I have, and it was just such a pain. So it just works better this way, and I think it looks so much more cuter and everything. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. And if I see a lot of people actually prefer other backgrounds, I will go back if that's what you guys would like to see more. But yeah, going back to the video, I've now applied a layer of that gorgeous purple onto the thumb and the ring finger. The middle finger has that nude colour, and then the remainder of the two, which is the index finger and the pinky finger, we're going to do an ombre. So as usual, my standard way of doing an ombre, I just take a kitchen sponge, a brand new kitchen sponge, and I chop it up into little squares or rectangles or whatever works for you, and I just dab the gel polish onto the sponge and I start to dab it onto the nail. And if you're new to the channel, then you wouldn't know, but it usually takes a few tries. As in, when I say tries, I mean a few goes. So as you can see now, I've just done one layer on the index finger, and it's just so sheer. So it takes about sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6 layers, depending on your gel polish. But that's what the whole set looks like right now. And then it's going to go in the lamp, come back out, and we're going to do another layer of the one like singular color nails, and then as many of the ombre layers as we need before we get to achieve like the colors that we basically want. And just to mention, when it comes to gel polishes, that company that I just showed you in the beginning of the video that I'm using in this video is absolutely amazing for these sponge ombres. I've tried to do sponge ombres with so many different companies, and some of these companies just, I don't know what it is, whether it's the consistency of the gel polishes or what it is, but after finishing the ombre, it's not as smooth as I'd like it to be, which is so frustrating. And you just basically see that, like, sometimes the harsh difference between the colours, or you see a lot of like bumps and dots, which is literally not what you want, even though you see it now too, because I think you always just see it anyways. But the moment you apply the top coat, it just literally blends in perfectly. It's literally like magic. It just starts to blend beautifully and it looks so smooth and nice. But then even with those horrible brands, when you try them, I mean, they're not horrible. It's just when it comes to this method of an ombre, they're just really bad. But when it comes to that, even when you do the top coat, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't look as smooth as I'd like it to be, and it's just so upsetting, especially when they take you so long and they take a few tries. So, you know, so right now you see me applying, I think, the third coat, and I believe that's where I kind of stopped. I think in this one stopped after the third coat. Those are in the lamp now and they're out. So the whole set is now done when it comes to our base colours, which is super exciting. And so now I'll be applying some matte top coat on the thumb and also on the pinky, because they are pretty much done. As usual, I like to just start applying top coats as soon as any of those nails are done. I just don't like any fluffs going into them and then getting trapped in there at any point. So I like to top it off when it's ready. So the thumb and the pinky are done. So I'm applying a matte top coat on all of them but the middle finger. just so you know. And with the pinky, even though I'm applying the matte top coat, we will be adding some extra something to it before the end of the video, so it won't be a bare finger, just the thumb is the bare finger out of all of them, really. And once you've applied those, I pop them into the lamp, and now I'm working on that middle finger, which is absolutely the most gorgeous nail I have ever seen, and such an amazing alternative to people who don't know how to do acrylic flowers, which is me. And I would love to learn one day. I have plenty of acrylics, so you know, I'm sure I will in the future make videos on acrylics and polygels and my just journey with those type of things. But right now I'm just mainly focusing on nail art more than, you know, acrylics and polygel at the second. You will probably see like a odd video here and there on polygels or acrylics, but it's mainly my press on nails for now. But this is literally gorgeous. Those flowers are beautiful. You get different shapes and sizes and stuff. And as you can see, the middle flower is different to the ones next to it, which is nice. Gives you a bit of a look, like something slightly different. It's literally not identical, and you get these little tiny flowers. And I literally just always looked at those acrylic nails and absolutely loved how they look with those flowers, and I was always so upset that I couldn't do them. And this has just been such a game changer for me. I'm absolutely obsessed with it. It's amazing, such an amazing idea, so super easy to work with. It's just crazy good. So I've applied some Makeup gem glue down the middle, and I just positioned my flowers the way I wanted them. And now I'm going in with a dotting tool, and I'm applying some of that gem glue thingy-majiggy in the middle of each flower, because I'm going to be placing those little beads in the middle, which has added such a cute little touch to it. And then I felt like I'm still not done yet, like it needs a bit more extra something, so I decided to put some of the bigger balls that I have, the ones at the top, just in between those flowers, wherever there's a little gap, just chuck a few in. There was literally no rule to this. It's just wherever I felt like it would fit well is kind of where I was popping it. And it's so crazy how these little touches really change so much on a nail. Like sometimes I don't even realize. Sometimes oh, you know, I can't be bothered to do this and this, but yeah, not really realizing how much of a difference it's gonna make on the set of nails. So that's really cool. And hopefully I will sometimes get out of that trap. I feel like it's mainly when you're forcing yourself to do things, so you just can't be bothered. Sometimes I feel like I'm forcing something, or I'm not feeling as creative as I want to be, and I'm like forcing a nail idea even though it's really not there, and it's just sometimes just a mess and I just waste time. But this one has definitely hit it right in the heart for me, I guess. I love this one. I would literally rock this set all day, every day. But yeah, once I was happy with that one, we can start working on our index finger. So for the index finger, we're going to pop down some beautiful crystals, and it's a fairly simple, not even a fairly, it's literally very simple placement of crystals, which is still something I really want to explore and get way better at. But at the moment, we are working with what we've got, and I'm placing a fairly, I believe it's one of the biggest crystal in that little size pots that I've got, rounded crystal I've got popping at the top, and I believe they are called AB crystals. So a big one at the top, followed by like a teardroplet kind of crystal going downwards, and then also popping two tiny, smaller crystals that are also rounded on either side of that big one at the top. I always find it so hard to explain where I'm placing crystals, because it's like, you know, it's just a bit lower than that one. But I'm sure, you know, you guys can see what I'm doing in the video. But I'm just basically just dragging them down. So from the teardroplet, I'm placing 3 more crystals going downwards. And I'm doing that little thing where it's the big crystal followed by smaller crystal followed by an even smaller crystal. And then I felt like they needed a bit more of a crystal thing going on. So I decided to put 2 more at the bottom. And same thing, the one right at the bottom is the biggest crystal, and then when you go upwards, it's a slightly smaller crystal. And that's kind of how I decided to leave it. And then I'm basically repeating that same process for the ring finger. Exactly the same, exact same crystals, exact same placement, everything like that. So there's not really much to say on that one. I can definitely tell you guys that I struggled so much to keep those crystals straight. Like, they weren't moving. It's just I wasn't able to just keep them straight. I don't know what got into me. I just couldn't do it. Usually when it comes to these type of things, I always take it off camera anyways, just because the way I film is just such a horrible placement for me, just the way everything is set up in my room. So I always take it off to just triple make sure that it is straight before I pop it into the lamp. But even now when I look at it, even though at the time I thought, oh yeah, this is straight, there is like a crystal too, I'm like, not fully straight, but that's okay. You can't fully tell unless you literally are staring at it all day long. So now we've got 3 fingers done. So essentially we've got one more to go, which is the pinky, and then we can crack on finishing them off with top coats. So actually I think I've decided to do top coats now and then pinky last. So I'm applying some glossy top coat on that middle finger. And it's very important to do top coats after applying all your crystals, because actually after putting the crystals and then applying top coats, it helps to even, like, I don't know how to even explain it, like the top coat almost helps the crystals stay in place even more, because you're creating a layer on either side of the crystals, or the flowers in this instance, to stay in place, which is super cool. And it's actually something I never used to do at the beginning. I used to do top coats, then some of my crystals, and now I do it the other way around, and it's definitely proven to be so much better of a alternative, and yeah, it just works better, way better. And for the remainder of the 2 crystal nails that we've got going on, we are applying a matte top coat for both. And when it comes to matte top coat, you have to be triple careful when applying it, especially when it's crystals, because obviously you don't want to pop the matte top coat onto the crystals, because naturally this is just going to dim the nail down, which is so frustrating. And once again, I've definitely done that plenty of times, but a little tip, if you do end up doing it by accident, I've plenty of times done it, and I actually ended up with my nail just scratching off that matte layer on the crystal, and it just came off, which is nice. So if you have by accident done that, no worries, just get your nail and just start scratching at it and it'll literally come off. You know, I don't think it's the best option, but if it's like an SOS situation, oh my god, what do I do? That is a little thing I've done before, and it had worked, but it's also not something I did where the whole crystal was covered. It was like a little section of it or something, and I just scratched that little bit off, so I don't know how it would work if it's the whole crystal. But you can give it a go. You can let me know in the comments if you've done that. But yeah, just applying my top coats, then popping it into the lamp. And I'm so happy that I decided to decorate that pinky, because I don't know, I just really like sugared nails. I think that's what it's called, sugared nails, and it just feels like it completed the set. And especially since the flowers were white, it just complemented that pinky so well, which is nice, because the glitter that I decided to use on the pinky was white, which is nice. So I popped some of that white gel polish onto just a little plastic thing I found, and then with my nail art brush I'm just doing just random lines, just some swirly lines. I'm really struggling with my new nail art brushes. I just can't seem to get grips with them, and just I don't know how to explain, like I can't fully grasp them. I don't know. I had one that I literally loved, and it would be the one I use in all of my videos, and unfortunately the bristles just started going in all different directions, and it's literally unusable now, which is such a shame. So yeah, so now I have to work with those, and it will definitely be fine. Like after a while I'll get used to them. It's just at the moment I'm just so used to the other one that I just can't get used to these. But going back to the nail, for that pinky I'm just doing one main big line going down the bottom. Not the bottom, right down the middle, almost like a swirly thing going on. I'm doing 2 little lines on either side, and then off camera I fixed up that main big line, and then I did like another one next to it, which is much thinner. And then once I'm happy with that, I went in with my beautiful, everything's beautiful in my videos. Clearly, I'm literally describing everything is beautiful. I need to expand on my vocab much more, because it's literally limited. Beautiful and cute is literally my go-tos. But I'm just quickly coating some of that gorgeous white glitter onto the nail, popping it into the lamp. Once it's out with my brush, I'm just taking it off, all the excess off, and this is the final set, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm literally obsessed. In person, it feels like it actually looks so much better. I feel like the video doesn't do the set justice, and essentially everything I have in this video was purchased from Shein. When it comes to the glitter, the flowers, the crystals, everything from Shein. Gel polishes are from Ali, tips are from Macar. So They're all very affordable stuff you can get. So if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!